taking time out of your busy morning to join us this morning. And I want to welcome everyone to this ribbon cutting ceremony. Again, this is the first leg of what is the East Loop. I hope this is going to be a significant impetus. I know that's something that Pete is going to have to shoulder that burden that he's been working on a long time. And this is just the beginning of what's going to be an incredible project for our region, city of Brownsville, our neighbors to the south. So we're very excited to be here for this. My name is Eduardo Campirano. I'm the port director. And again, we're here to really celebrate this accomplishment with the completion of what we call the South Port Connector. This project is very meaningful in many ways. It represents, in some respects, the only access to the south side of the ship channel that we've ever had, and that discussion has been going on for decades. It has a lot of utility beyond the obvious. In the events of emergencies where we have to evacuate, now we have a means of those that work on the south side of the ship channel to be able to have access, safe access in the event of an emergency. It provides those that work at the port an access on the south side that they cut their commute to work and home. And more importantly, it represents a significant asset to the region for freight mobility and access to not only domestic market and the foreign market. And with its impetus on the South Port Connector, this is a big deal. And I commend everyone that's worked for years on these projects. I certainly want to say thank you for your for the effort that's put into getting us where we are today. Before we get underway, I certainly would like to welcome and acknowledge the commissioners of the Port of Brownsville. I certainly want to start with our chairman, Mr. Sergio Tito Lopez. Our vice chairman, Mr. Ralph Cowan. Our secretary, Mr. Esteban Guerra. Commissioner John Wood. And Commissioner John Reed. We also have other individuals here that I'd like to recognize. Certainly, we have our commissioner for this precinct. Is here with us today. Also representing the city of Brownsville, Commissioner Roy de los Santos is here. The board members of the Regional Mobility Authority, I know I saw some of you out there in the audience, certainly want to recognize there. Mark and Nelson are here. Thank you very much. We have also the Marisela Cortez with SpaceX here. This project will be certainly integral in supporting their efforts, and we would certainly support their growth in our community. We have also represented from the Texas Department of Transportation, the Maritime Division. Mr. Travis Milner is here with us today. Thank you, Travis, for being here. We have representatives from some of our area businesses, and certainly want to thank the tenants that are here today, because this is really what it's all about, is providing the additional infrastructure necessary to make our tenants successful, because if they're successful, we're all going to be successul. So I see quite a few of you, and I just simply ask, please.
This is the opening of the road to the port.
I just want to say thank you all for coming. So thank you. Also from the community, I saw IBC Bank, I saw Al and Lee walk in. Thank you very much for being here as well. And again, all of you who just simply took the time to be here with us today, thank you. I certainly would be remiss if I didn't thank the port staff. Like I said, this has been something that's been long in the making. And the port staff has been integral. You know, the engineering department, beginning with the director of engineering services and everybody in the engineering department, you know, spent a lot of time and energy on this project. Want to thank them as well. And everybody else with the port staff who has supported this effort and been complimentary to everyone's effort to obviously see this project come to fruition. And lastly, I also want to acknowledge the contractor. You know, we have a representative with Foremost Paving, Mr. Robert Casillas here. I hope this makes your marketing material as to big projects around the state so you can demonstrate. And also with SMB Infrastructure, we have Mr. Hector Lopez here also representing SMB, an integral part of the team. So with that, certainly want to be thankful to those that have participated. You know, this is a collaborative project. This is a project that involved partnership between the Port of Brownsville, Cameron County, the Cameron County Regional Mobility Authority, the Rio Grande Valley Metropolitan Planning Organization, and of course the Texas Department of Transportation. Together with a common vision and this sustainable infrastructure will further the economic development opportunities not only for our region but throughout the valley. Certainly would like to thank the Port Commission again for their continued support and commitment to helping move this project and getting us to where we are today. At this time, I'd like to recognize our board chair, Mr. Sergio Tito Lopez, to also provide a few comments. Please, Mr. Chairman.
Thank you, Eddie. Good morning, everyone. Thank you for being here. In 2014, as chairman of the Brownsville Navigation District Board of Commissioners, we celebrated the opening of State Highway 550 entrance, located on the north side of the Brownsville Ship Channel. 8 years later, today again, as chairman of the board, we gathered for the same purpose, but this time we are doing it on the south side of the channel for the port's newest entrance, the South Port Connector Road. It is an honor and a privilege for me to be part of such crucial projects vital to the port's success in the span of less than 10 years. It is our mission to be leaders of business development by providing state-of-the-art infrastructure expansion, development, economic opportunities, and providing the best transportation facilities possible to remain a world-class port. Myself and my fellow commissioners of the Brownsville Navigation District have worked tirelessly and diligently to address the current and future needs of our tenants and users, always thinking of ways of maintaining our port competitive in all global markets. With that mindset, in less than a decade, we've seen construction of a state-of-the-art administration complex, 2 new docks, Dock 16 and Cargo Dock number 6, and the 2 new port entrances. All of these major endeavors are clear evidence of our economic growth our region is experiencing. The South Port Connector Road is important for 2 main reasons, the first one being safety. This road is the first leg of our East Loop corridor that will help divert commercial truck traffic from urban areas, avoiding school crossings, and reduce vehicular congestion on the streets of Brownsville. We will also improve traffic accessibility for our tenants and users by providing another entry and exit from this port. The second reason is keeping the uninterrupted flow of trade and commerce between the United States and Mexico by offering a direct route to nearby commercial traffic lanes at the Veterans Natural Bridge. It will also help the space-related ventures happening near here at the SpaceX facility on Boca Chica. Our commitment to invest in infrastructure to enhance our region's mobility clear, we are literally paving the way on course, blazing the trails of future generations to accomplish the goals and desires of tomorrow. And we could not have done this without the support and diligence of our partners present today. This teamwork composed of port staff and all entities involved is a great example of how we can collaborate and succeed, and we can all work together. And today, the goal regional progress is happening. Thank you.
Thank you, Chairman Lopez. At this time, I'd like to call on our County Judge, Eddie Treviño Jr., to also offer some comments. Judge?
Good morning, everyone. Muy buenos días. imagine if we had had this weather last week at Sombrero Fest. And that was, todavía estaba bien lleno. Pero anyway, I'm honored to be here today. I'm going to go back in time real quick. I had the honor and privilege of serving as mayor of Brownsville from 2003 to 2007. Commissioner Wood was right before me. Late 90s, right, Commissioner? Early 90s all the way. So the project that we are initiating the first step in today, the East Loop, was a creation of those commissions at that time. And I remember doing what we could during my 6 years on the commission. And it's, when they say government moves slow, man, you have no idea. But I think you need to take a look at the last couple of years and see what's been going on in Brownsville, at the port, in Cameron County, in the Valley. And realize that as far as government goes, we are moving at light speed. Maricela's here representing our newest neighbor, and obviously they get a lot of attention. And rightly they should. If you've got the richest man in the world investing in your community, we need to be appreciative of what SpaceX has meant and what it's meaning. But let's not kid ourselves. Since the inception, since the birth of this port, the Port of Brownsville has been the economic engine, the heart and soul of the economy of the Rio Grande Valley in South Texas. I still, and I've said this before, I still think we're not taking full advantage of the opportunities, but I know that if you look at what's happened over the last several years with regards to the work of the current commissioners, most recent commissioner, their collaboration with the county, with the city, and expanding the horizon and working with the other cities in the valley and other ports in Mexico, there's no doubt that we are on our way. As Tito just said, we're paving the way. And it's exciting that the Southport Connector came along at the time that it did. So let's hope that the rest of the East Loop doesn't take another 20 plus years. I now serve as chairman of the Rio Grande Valley MPO. When I took office several years ago, we had 3 MPOs, and we were tasked by the governor and TxDOT, said, if you guys can get this, get the 3 MPOs merged, we're going to have a lot more money available to you. And I'll let Pete expand on some of that, but I'm excited of what the future holds, and I'm thankful that we've got the strong relationship between the county and the port to work together and realize the importance of getting these projects done. It's not about credit, ladies and gentlemen. It's about serving the community, enhancing the economic development and job opportunities for our people, especially for our youth, and taking advantage of the reality that the rest of the state, the rest of the country, the rest of the world knows what the potential is here. And sometimes we can get in, we've gotten in our own way. There's no doubt that we've probably made some missteps along the way. But if you're working together, and if you're working together in the same direction, which is moving forward for the benefit of the people that we either are elected to serve or appointed to serve or work to serve, then I know that we're going to be doing more and more of these types of projects. All it takes is a little bit of money, a lot of money, we know. And I want to thank the commissioners from the port. I want to thank the commissioners court, Sophie. She may not be the most talkative commissioner, but she is the most sincere and hardworking because she works behind the scenes. And the truth of the matter is, much of the growth that we've had and will continue to have in Cameron County and in the Valley as a whole is in Precinct 1. So I'm thankful that she's serving as mayor. With that said, although we didn't start today with a prayer, for us Catholics, we started Wednesday, Ash Wednesday and La Quaresma. So it gives us time to reflect on each of us trying to do better, to be better people, to treat others, and realize why we're here. We're only here for a short period of time, and I think we're tasked to do the absolute best we can. And for those of us in public office, we need to continue to serve our community, because I know that's what's best. And I'm very honored to be here today with all of you. And thank you, and God bless you.
Amen, Judge. Thank you. Lastly, I'd like to call on Mr. Pete Sepulveda with the Cameron County Regional Mobility Authority. I guess as the judge laid out for us, we'll hear from Pete on what is next. Thank you, Pete.
Good morning. Thank you, Eddie. Chairman Parker was not able to be here this morning, but on his behalf and on behalf of the board, and as Eddie mentioned, Marcus Pasa, Arturo Nelson, and Albia Real are three of our board members that are present this morning. But we want to thank you all, the board, the county, for allowing us to be a partner on this project. This was somewhat of a complex project, and as you drove in, you might have noticed, two structures over the wetlands, and that was not by mistake. That was designed that way in order to avoid very difficult and complex mitigation that the U.S. Corps of Engineers would have required. We probably wouldn't be here today. It probably would have been 5 years from now if we hadn't gone the route of including structures on this project. So one entity that I do want to thank, because from day one they were also a partner with us, and that is TxDOT. Pete Alvarez, district engineer. Andy Espinosa is the area engineer in San Benito, and this project is assigned to Andy. But TxDOT was with us from day one when we looked at the different alternatives that we had. When we looked at clearing the environmental document, it was cleared by TxDOT locally at the FAR district office. When we did the design was approved by TxDOT. Keep in mind that this is the start of the overweight corridor. In a couple of years, when we're doing the same thing on the East Loop project, this is designed to carry the max load of 120,000 pounds. So TxDOT was there to guide us through that process. And when we started the construction, they were there as well. The judge mentioned the regionalization of the 3 MPOs into 1 MPO. This project is the first project that is the benefactor of having a regional MPO for the Rio Grande Valley. And the judge is here today representing the RGV MPO as a chairman. But when the project was let, the lowest responsible bidder was over budget. And so the judge immediately called, at that time it was Chairman Hernandez, mayor of the city of FAR. And we met with the mayor and we said, we've got a project, we just let it and it's over budget. And so the mayor right away got with the MPO staff, he got with the district engineer, with TxDOT, and at the next policy board meeting of the RGV MPO, they came up with a difference in funding that was needed to be able to award the contract for this project. So really strong believers in the regionalization of the MPO, and moving forward, we want to present more projects to the MPO and TxDOT that are ready to go to construction. And so we'll continue that dialogue that we have with the board as well as the county. A couple of weeks ago, Chairman Lopez received a letter from the Department of State regarding their presidential permit for their commercial and rail bridge. And while it was not an extension, it was a message saying that your permit is valid. And one of the main reasons why the permit was valid was because of this project. So the Department of State saw this project as the first segment, the first component that was built for that presidential permit that is in place today. So we will continue to work with the county and the port and Mexico in coordinating infrastructure projects so that we can go as one voice, whether it's to Austin or to DC, and present our projects to them. Echoing what the judge mentioned earlier about Commissioner Benavides. She really deserves a lot of credit because since she took office in 2006, one of her pet projects has been the East Loop project. And today we're closer than ever to seeing that becoming a reality. We're hoping by the end of this month, we will have 30% PS&E complete. We're working with TxDOT at the district office in Austin as well, and getting the project on system so that TxDOT can then come in and fund the construction phase. Right now, we're doing the design with another partnership with the county, the city of Brownsville, and the RMA. And so we're hoping that by this fall, we will have 100% PS&E, 100% engineering plans that we can then submit to TxDOT and hopefully get environmental clearance from TxDOT and start acquiring the right-of-way and then bid out the project. So once again, I want to thank Commissioner Benavides for her tireless and her persistence on this project. And again, on behalf of the Chairman and the Board, thank you all for allowing us to be here this morning.
Thank you, Pete. A couple of comments just to kind of, for everyone's knowledge, is that today we dedicate the facility, but Monday morning at 6:30 in the morning, this road will be open to all our users. So for those of you out in the audience, our tenant community that is thinking, well, maybe I'll take a different route to the port today, it'll be open. Our intent is to operate the South Port connector much as we do the Faust Road connector, open 5 days a week from 6:30 in the morning, 6 in the morning, I believe, to about 8 o'clock, 8:30 in the evening. So our primary 24/7 will remain the 550, but this is going to offer another access point to all of those commuters and those users of the port. So Monday morning, I'm not going to tell you we'll have tacos out there waiting for you, but certainly you'll be greeted at the gate and come on in. Thank you. This is going to be a little bit different than we do in the past as it relates to a ribbon cutting. But we do want to do something to commemorate this moment. You know, Chairman Lopez talked about 8 years ago when we dedicated the 550, and he was chairman at the time. And the first commercial truck to drive through that was Johnny Lopez. So not to move away from that tradition, today our ribbon cutting will consist of the first commercial truck driving through the Southport connector, and it will also be Chairman Lopez. He is multi-talented, so he drives a semi-truck. And we'll be proceeding to the truck, and we'll kind of watch him get in there, and then he will drive through, and that will be the ceremonial ribbon cutting. So I'll give you a moment to do that, Mr. Chairman, and drive to the truck. And in that time, we can occupy time by doing something. Somebody yelled in the back. Oh, okay. We have 2 generations of Lopez's here today. The first truck will be driven by the chairman, and the second truck will be driven by his son. So I guess that's the new chairman of the board in the near future. But nonetheless, somebody, when we were doing the intros, kind of yelled out, "Happy birthday!" So we've got time to kill. Today is Secretary of the Board's Steve Gethouse' 40th birthday. So you know, we could sing happy birthday for the next 3 minutes, or we could just simply, whenever you have the time, go and congratulate him on this fortuitous day. Big day, 40 years. So remember, 40 is the new 30, though. Don't get caught up in all that hype about you're getting old. You're only getting better. So as we get ready,
Everybody, I'm going to go outside, get the shot. See you soon.
would you all like to join me in front so we can welcome the crossing of the first truck?
It's kind of windy out here, everybody. This is the new road coming to the port here from the SpaceX Road, Highway 4, Boca Chica Blvd. Right there.
Drive through the tape, touch it.
I thought they were going to drive through it.
That's what I would think. Everyone's walking
I was
towards
thinking. Maybe,
Then they're gonna cut it.
and then drive through.
They got a
right?
way to do this.
All right, I'm going to set the tripod down here, everybody. So this is that new, this is a road where those white tanks came from. I'm gonna hold the mic. It's getting windy over here. Sorry, you got it. Let me know if there's any wind sound here. I can cover the mic if I need to. This is March 4th, 2022. This is where those white tanks came about in the last week that we saw go to SpaceX. They came up this road and then made a left turn onto that Boca Chica Highway 4 to SpaceX.
The rest of you want to join us for another photo?
Okay, I'm gonna go in the photo, everybody. Okay, everybody, that is it. They're going to drive the first truck through the port here and opening up this road starting Monday.
Let's run another one from this way.
Go. Might have to move the camera soon. Yeah, Elon's not here. Michael, yeah. Oh, I got you. Hopefully we don't get a copyright strike in that music, but if we do, it'll be worth it, right? I'll have to turn off the, I'll wait and see if I get a copyright thing on that music. We'll see. No enemies. Jonathan, good stuff. Audio's good. Dale, thanks for the questions, Dale. Good stuff. The real YT, thank you. Good morning. 40 people.
Good morning.
So I want to say thanks to Jack at Makerspace X, MSX Brownsville, for the notification about this and everything else to get here this morning.
We were able to see the rebar that they had in this property about 8 months ago before they laid down the final mixture here. I'd never seen so much rebar in all my life. One of the gentlemen says 120 pounds, 120,000 pounds per square foot. So this is designed to for rockets to be brought across. So we just got notification about an hour and a half ago about this thing.
Oh wow!
So
okay, I didn't know when that happened. That's good stuff.
So I came and told you.
Right. All right, everybody. So the next step, thank you, Jack at Makerspace X. Again, that's where I rent a place. That this is they make stuff and they're kind of in the know of a lot of things. They have a bunch of friends as well. So they're going to drive these trucks through in a moment as the first participants coming through as here at the new road to the port.
Don't move.
You go this.
Don't move. I don't think they're going to.
Okay, so this is the first commercial traffic to this area of the port behind me, behind us to the left here. I'll turn the camera around to 180 once they go that way. Sorry for the noise, everybody.
Deimos was, do you know where it was positioned last week?
It was across the road, across the river. The port, it was on the opposite side. Yeah. But I'm not sure maybe exactly where, but yeah, it was on the other side.
So this road here cuts off the rocket's commute to the port by maybe 4 or 5 miles.
All right. And that's at least a half-hour drive into town and everything. Yeah.
Well, with a rocket, you got to go a little slower.
Right. Okay. There we go. So normally there's a road from the port on the north side of the channel here, but this is on the south side of the channel. So this is directly much closer to SpaceX than going through the town and the roundabout way over there. So
it's going to avoid a lot of road closure. As they're bringing big heavy parts straight to the port.
Yeah, they've been having to lift the lights going to and from Brownsville. When they get big stuff, they got to go and lift up the electrical power lines to get the stuff underneath the traffic lights. But now they'll be able to bypass that. All right, I'm going to end the stream here, everybody. That's the news here this morning, and I'm going to go do some more stuff on site there at SpaceX and get the remote camera going again. Once again, Paul and Michael's Ocean Camera Space Corp for March 4th, 2022, just past about probably 10:30 or 11 o'clock right now in the morning. So see you soon, everybody. Take care. Thanks. Later.